If I hire the refugees, then I get cheap labor and they get coin. It's a good deal for everyone.
If I hear one more pitch for a new business, I'm gonna scream.
Enough to clean Crimson's cage, but not enough to organize the ride. Madame Lucretius is very particular.
Any of the refugees give you hassle, come to us. We know how to handle them.
There will be plenty of If you're after a job, Neverwinter is on the lookout for adventurers. That's where we're headed.
We're gonna see the mummy, the dryad, the djinni, everything. So don't even think about trying to stop us. Don't you want to see the dryad?
But you heard Baldur's Gate was safe, right? Well, it's a bloody lie. They've banned refugees from the city as if we're the problem.
Really? Body is my favorite.
Don't wander around Rivington alone, all right? My husband did and got mugged and beaten for his trouble. This whole situation stinks. Guild robbers.
If you're hungry, you can wait with us.
The crying one weeps today. Our father Lorgan is dead. The best of us.
Nothing more against Father Lorgan.
Times may be hard, but the god on the rack asks that we endure. For him.
Crying one half.
Thank you. Now Brilgor's name has been cleared, we can extend our help to the refugees once more.
Bet you want to know all about Stelmane's murder? Hottest topic in Rivington. Apart from the March of the Absolute's army, I suppose. Got today's edition of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette right here. You want one? Excellent. You enjoy that one, all right? It's really gory. You want another one? I'll go on then. You've twisted my arm.
Fascinating.
I've got my eye on you. And them over there too. I don't miss a thing.
Front-page material. Ah! Are you trying to get into the city? Got a minute to tell me about your experience at the gate today? There was a skirmish a few days back. A band of absolutists came close to entering the city. People started panicking, so the gate got closed. My editor at the Baldur's Mouth Gazette sent me down to get a first-hand account of the chaos. He wants some fluff piece about the heroic Steel Watch keeping the mob at bay, whether or not that's the truth or not. That the refugees here are desperate, hungry, scared people. They're no mob. They just want to be safe. I've heard the rumours. Absolutists marching from Moonrise Towers. Whole towns felled by strange curses. It's no wonder they ran. Of course, I can't write any of that. My editor only releases stories his friend Lord Gortash approves of. and he's very selective. Oh, they know some of it. Most would rather bury their heads in the sand anyway. Saves them the bother of feeling responsible. I'll try and get the truth across. Who knows? Maybe a line or two will meet Mr. Needle's approval. I won't be holding my breath. That'll make a great headline.
That's curious.
Quite a spot, eh? Knocks the...
That's curious.
Let me have a little peace and quiet, won't you?
Can't talk just now, sorry.
Stop fretting. The Steel Watch will put a stop to them.
Those machines will form a circle around the upper city.
I'm not scared.
Ever wanted to meet the most cowardly dragonborn in the realm?
The cultists are on our doorstep, but no. The real problem is the bloody post.
That was before I saw...
Forgive me, but I must have...
Do not, under any circumstance.
At least we'd have a bed.
Well, I say, poppycock.
Is one of those steel...
Cannot believe I lost mine.
Farmers, Chris. What are we gonna do in the city?
Pretty sure they'll need labourers to shore up the walls for you.
You're right. I hadn't thought of that. No, I'm afraid I must insist you do not pet the hound.
My love, you can't keep being so rude to strangers. It's just a dog.
All the grabbing and touching startles poor Biscotti. I will not apologise for caring about my boy. Oh, trust me. Your eyes say it all. Everyone wants to pet him.
Some of us don't. Whatever the dog thinks, being here is much better than being out there. Right, my dear?
Well, war is no place for a precious little babe.
Oh, God! Are they gonna see it? What happens if they don't see it? Sit? Really? No. No, that just won't do.
Here we are, Griselda.
Glad to see you.
At least we got Scott.
Oh, to be fair, for a...
Lord on the rack, give me patience. These protests... I just hope the ill-mate attempt...
Don't pay me any mind now.
I just lost a wager.
Who are you?
Someone who bet that you'd never be foolish enough to actually show your face in this city again. But here you are. And the gold in my purse is soon to take flight. There have been whispers about you, sister. About your faith, your loyalty, your company. I can't help but feel the strangest twinge of disgust as I look upon you. Is it true? Has Our Lady forsaken you?
suppose that's the subtle approach dispensed with?
Oh, don't be so harsh. It's plain to see that you turned heretic, even if your friend had kept his mouth shut.
I have strayed, it is true, but I have returned to make amends. I will put my fate in the Mother Superior's hands and trust that Lady Shah will guide her.
But now I must report your reappearance. If you are intent on bringing matters to a head, then seek out the House of Grief in the lower city. Though, if I was you, I'd be very tempted to just forget it all and disappear. You have some form at doing so, after all.
Good. I was just starting to miss the sound of your voice. Then that's where we need to go. My parents are in there somewhere.
Succulent seafood, straight out to sea. Take your pick. Come back soon.
Set your worries at ease.
Let's go to Khan's He has the most fabulous scent. It's perfect for a show.
Lying.
What did I tell you? A momentous occasion. I'm sure you agree. And to think, the drama's just started. You see, Gortash has had Will's father relocated. Rude. This is Gortash's game. I'm just an impartial observer. Ravengard's good as dead. And to think, there's no way to save him. Or is there? I know enough. Let's talk to Will in your camp. Work something out. The Duke's life depends on it.
could result in imprisonment and, if necessary, more severe punishment.
Come on, then. You think you can do better? Pitch me yours.
As the Absolute's forces stalk Everest, take solace in this brilliance, and know that we will be protected.
It's a shame. Edvard.
And so are its people! We must
Become so tavern. I wonder if my old paints are still there.
Oh! Do you actually want one?
to burn this sickness from us all!
Better when she gets to shut them
Everyone.
up. You don't want none of this. Trust me.
It's not what it looks like. I promise.
Afternoon.
It's not much, but handing out leftovers is the least.
I'm never eating at the Elf Stall again. What if there were bits?
Yeah, this edition looks better than ever.
I was joking.
Not a word
You
on all the
really are
thefts
that
and murders
interesting.
happening right in our
For a moment there, I thought you actually valued me as a person.
Watch as Lord Gortash tries to jam down our
If you ask me, I don't think Gortash even deserves to be called a lord.
Do you know how hard it was to get that?
We're lost, aren't we?
Shouldn't go wandering.
On the half-orc's finger, you notice an unusual ring. Heavy and with a strange symbol carved on its surface.
Scurry away, good book, before I crush you.
You recall seeing this symbol on crates marked for Nine Fingers Keen, leader of the guild. The thug works for her.
Oi! Stop staring. Start walking. Last chance. You're here to see Nine Fingers? She didn't tell me. Always don't let anyone through, Tuscron. Never here's a list of special guests. Confusing. Come, I'll take you to the guild hall. Nine Fingers is inside. In you go, before I change my mind.
Well, the fabled haunt of Nine Fingers Key.
Never visited before. I thought you got around.
I always steered clear. If guild members started disappearing, people would start asking questions. And Cazador hated
Understandable.
questions.
When the answer is invariably the silver-haired one.
All on the same side.
Right. Which crew?
The names ring familiar. Two of the many crews that make up the guild. A loose collective with ties to every criminal enterprise in the city's underworld.
Can't say I've heard of you. Spare me the story behind the name. I'm sure it's very scary. Fair warning, the Guildmaster wants no fraternizing with the Zentarim. They're here to work, not share war stories. They won't be much use to us if they're drinking and dicing when the Stone Lord kicks the door down. You won't. The Black Network is working for us. The Guild is hardly a soft target, but we're not set up for the turf war the Stone Lord set on fighting. He came out of nowhere and ate up half our turf in a 10-day. So if you're speaking to the Guildmaster, maybe step soft around the topic.
Victor isn't himself, so I'm running the shop. You buying or selling? Sometimes stuff...
Don't mind the ladies' court. Just a game we play. Figuring how we'll kill you if you cross 9 fingers.
I'll give it a shot.
See anything you like? Let's talk price. See anything of yours?
It's an orphanage, Ukta. What would you have me do? Seize their toys as payment?
Well, they failed to pay tribute. We should withdraw our protection, at the very least.
And cede more ground to the Stone Lord? You're not suggesting I yield a single inch of the city, my city, to this cult?
We already look weak. If you're seen to be forgiving debts...
I didn't say forgive. Seize the building. Arm any children old enough. If they protect what's mine, we'll consider that a start on what's owed.
Yes, Guildmaster. Excuse me? This is a private council.
Keep your underpants clean, Uktar. We're playing host to a hero. You recall our reports of Ketheric Thorm, General of the Absolute, Champion of Merkel, unkillable Tyrant of Moonrise. Meet the one who killed him. The Guild is this city's first and last line of defense. It's only natural that we watch the gates for anyone interesting. I'd say you qualify. I already know the one thing about you that I need to. You've crossed paths with the cult's leadership before, and you're still standing. I mean to burn the Absolute from the face of my city. So if you mean to help, congratulations. We just became the best of friends. You have. But don't be so quick to bat away a helping hand. You'll find few enough of them in this city. The Flaming Fist can be bought. The Harpers are scattered, and the Parliament of Peers, well, they're just generally too inbred to be useful. The Absolute's at our gate, and the Guild are the only ones truly standing against it. Knowing what I know usually comes at a cost. But let's say we'll put it on your tab. The leader of some new crew that's intent on paining my arse. If he was just another upstart who didn't like paying guild dues, fair enough. But he and his crew make no demands. Leave no survivors to pass on a message. All I know is that on every scrap of ground he takes from me, the cult of the Absolute soon starts sprouting. Doesn't matter. Whatever god the prick prays to, I'll send him to meet it soon enough. We don't. The Zentarim work for me. Time was I'd charge the bastards double if I let them into my hall at all, but times change. The Guild is many things, but it's not an army. If the Absolute keeps pushing in on our territory, then I need a little weight to push back. Simple enough. After Jaheira warned me and then disappeared, I went nosing into the cult for myself. I could bore you with the details. How I found evidence of Gortash's projects, traced him to Orin the Red, and made a safe bet there was some dried-out old necromancer to round out the three. Because it's always the dead, bloody three. Has been half-gods who can't help but make their irrelevance everyone else's problem. Oh. You've got some juicy little tidbit I haven't heard yet. Huh. It seems like my intelligence on you was patchy at best. That's annoying. Don't pout. For a brief second, I did weigh the odds on killing you. But if there's a tainted elder brain slopping around below my city, I think we need one another more than ever. So, as long as you can keep a lid on what's growing inside you, we're allies. Until you can't, and we're not. Simple enough, I reckon. Now, war to be fought. You need anything? I was planning to soften you up a bit first, but... straight to business then. Of all the pains in my arse the Absolute was delivered, one in particular keeps growing. A new gang boss who calls himself the Stone Lord. If he was just another upstart who didn't like paying guild dues, fair enough. But he and his crew make no demands. Leave no survivors to pass on a message. All I know is that on every scrap of ground he takes from me, the cult of the Absolute soon starts sprouting. He's a prick, whoever he prays to. We know where he plans to hit next. A little operation the Guild have run in the city's counting house. Likely my crew has it in hand. Snare set, ready to draw it tight. But I like a little certainty. And you've dealt with bigger bastards handily enough. Might be more accurate to say the Guild is the city's bank. We bought them out years back. Perfectly legitimate. As I said, I like a little certainty. Obliged. Shouldn't pose any problem for you. In return, if I can offer aid, information, just ask. Oh, did you enjoy the encounter? I have no doubt you gave them a good talking to. The rats usually keep a lid on their nastier notions, but with the Stone Lord business distracting me, some are starting to test the leash. All the more reason to be rid of the cult quickly, so I can remind my crews it's not a
Are the gods truly this petty?
I'm sorry, sweetie pie. I don't do requests. Very kind of you, sir.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Uniform's a bit patchy, I know. I was Flaming Fist, but the writing's on the wall.
The Guild and the Network have been circling like stray dogs.
I know times are tough.
See anything you like? Let's talk price. See anything of yours? No, you didn't.
I shouldn't have run away.
All fingers intact.
Oh, poor kid found his parents like this.
Gonna need to change out this barrel soon.
Little un found his forks gutted. Didn't.
What now?
The broadsheet's got a pot ever since I left.
The corpse has nothing.
Just a bastard living.
The corpse has